Hi guys. Welcome to another scenario. So in this session, we are discussing about 100 plus scenario based and previously asked questions. Let us go with this one. So what is our third scenario? Scenario 1 and 2 has been already uploaded in the channel. Please have a look. And the third one is Tosca 100 challenge, like real time. The third question is, you are working with a table in Tosca and need to perform two validation. Means it's a table steering, guys. In any interview, table steering questions are very common. You need to prepare very well. The first question is, get the count of total number of rows and columns. For example, if you have any table, now how you will get the rows and column of the table. For example, there is a web table, how you will get the rows and columns. And check, the second one is check how many times a specific text appeared inside a table. Means, for example, we have any country. Okay, we have India. How many times we got that India? So that count, you need to get the count of the values. Okay. Now, in order to explain this one, now I will try to create a respective test cases in Tosca. Let us start this one. Okay. Now see, scenario number 3. What is scenario number 3? We have a table, guys. Okay, I have opened one table. Okay, this link I will provide in the description below. Please have a look. Now there is a table. In this table, this is basically a web table. Now I want to get the row count and the column counter. Now let us go to the Tosca. Please do the checkout wherever it is needed. Right click and scan the application. And when you are scanning the application, we will have two prerequisites. Okay. What are the prerequisites we have? For example, we need to check the browser, the zoom percentage is 100 or not. Okay. And the Chrome extension of the Tricentis Tosca extension is properly added or not. Now go here. Since we are just cross check whether you are using this HTML or not, since our web application is HTML. And now scan the web application. So when you are scanning the module, how you need to scan and how do you uniquely identify it? In the previous things, I have explained very clear. Now see here, for example, there is a table. See, this is the table and by default, the Tosca, okay, the Tosca will use identify by property. Now it has taken the ID. Since ID is the high priority, I will save it and I will close it. Now our module is there. See, generally in any project, you need to properly mention the table names. Okay. So we have this Cosmos code or whatever the table it can be. Table will contain rows and columns. Okay. So I will put as a proper naming convention. Country table. To be very precise, we need to use country table. Okay. Now drag your respective module into your test case. I've created already one test case, guys. Now, first of all, we'll have rows and columns. Table will contain rows and columns, right? Now we need to use here in order to get the row count of any table. If you want to get the row count of the table, then you will use row count, ROWCOUNT, R capital and C capital. Next, we need to use Tosca row count. Any buffer name you can use it, guys. And make sure that you have used action mode buffer. Now I want to get the column count, right? No need to copy this test case. You can also copy this here, come here and paste it. Now this is the older method or this is not recommendable as part of best practices in Tosca. Now rather doing, you go for cardinality. Okay. So what is cardinality, guys? If you want to use the same test step, see this test step I want to use again and again. Okay. Now I will, in order to add it, I will go to the respective one. Here in the module properties, you need to change from 0 to 1 to 0 to n. The meaning of 0 to 1 to 0 n means n times. If you use this one, for example, see if you want to use it, it will get one more. Even this one also you are using, it will get one more. Means if you add the cardinality, this is the real-time example for adding the cardinalities, guys. I will delete this cardinality. Now here I will need to add column count. Okay. So we need to use column count here. Here you need to use column count, C capital, column count. And here you need to use Tosca column count or total Tosca, whatever it is, whatever you are doing, you just give. So I will use action mode buffer. Okay, so we have row count and the column count. In order to get the row count and the column count, the first question answer, how to get it the row count and the column count of the table. This is how you will get the row count and the column count. Okay, if, see guys, I have, make sure that you have given the browser, cross check your browser please, and right click on this one and run it. Okay, now what it will do, it will go to the application and whatever the we have, see, it got passed here. Now, what you need to do, you need to check, see, we have 197 rows and we have 5 columns. Okay, if you go table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will have 157 rows, including the header. You want to reduce the header, use buffer -1. Okay, now you got the first answer, right? So this one we will use row count and the column count. Now we will go to the second one. Check how many times a specific text appeared in a table. How many times a specific text has been appeared? For example, we have India. Okay, how many times? We have 4 times. Let us take something which have only 1 time and you can get this one. I will give one more advanced example where you can check it. Anything you can take it, guys, random. For example, Togo we have. Okay, so for example, we have only 1 time, right? This is the country. Togo is one of the country. We have only once. Now what I will do, I will go to the test case. In the same one, what you can do, for example, here, what you need to do at the row level, and you will have the cell level also. Which row you want to do it? Don't give any rows. Here, give the respective country. Okay, so whatever the country you want to give it, you can give it. Now, what you want to get, I want to use, in order to get the count of number of web element, either it can be duplicated or any other thing, we will use the result count. We will use result count and we will use number of occurrences of country. Whatever the naming you want to give it, and you will store it as the buffer. Okay, got it? Not here, sorry. Here you need to apply at the country level. Since we are using the country, right? You need to get the row count. Else, let me explain in a different way. What you want? You want Togo, right? In this entire table, how many times this Togo has appeared? You will restrict the search by using action mode constraint. Now, how many times you need to get it in this row? Any row it can be. It can be at any place. Now, at the country level, you need to use result count. Okay, here you will use the result count as number of occurrences of country, and make sure that you have captured it. So in order to capture it, we will use buffers. Okay, here this one is very confusing, guys. See here, I want to get in this entire table how many times this Togo has been appeared. So for that, what you will do at the row level, which row we don't know, so we will use Togo. It can be at any position, right? It can be at the first, nth, or any position. Now we will use result count at the country level, and we will store that value. Means what this constraint will do, constraint will restrict the search. This Togo button, what it will do, wherever there is a Togo, it will try to fix that value. That count, you will get it here. Okay, now let me save it, right click and run it. Okay, if you right click and run it, what it will do, whatever the table data we have, okay, yes, it got passed. Okay, now since it got passed, what you will do, let me check it, how many times we have. The count should be 1. And these kind of videos you will get it regularly. Please do subscribe and follow our channel to get more updates. Thank you so much for watching. And coming to the result count, the answer would be row count, column count, and the result count. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next scenario.